Playoffs are back at Lambeau, and the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid range. Just how the Cheeseheads like it here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Green Bay Packers. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend of the NFL is underway. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Williams. Rolling to his right. And his first pass is incomplete.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
When you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. No big surprise. Micah Parsons doing what he does so well, dropping him for a loss. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. To the air, Williams. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Love and the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
Come on, set, ready.
To throw now, here's Love. He has it complete to Christian Watson. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding it for a short gain.
Let's go now. Eat old blue. 52 blue.
Now Love. That's going to be caught downfield by Reed. Touchdown, Packers. Jayden Reed, 71 yards. And the Packers are on the board first here in this division round matchup. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
He's got the Michigan man, Colston Loveland. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. From the gun, here's Williams. That's complete. Rome Odunze. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Of course, he's coming off that monster game in their wild card victory. Well, that's his first catch here in the divisional round. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They run out of the gun with Swift. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Throwing is Williams. Well, he's going to go for it all. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
Offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll go. Here's Williams. That's caught. The tight end Loveland with it. Down the left sideline. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Colston Loveland, 44 yards. And the Bears take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. Shamar Turner gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
And every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
We'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down. Here's Love. Eluding the front. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
Vegas! What is up? Yeah.
Looking to throw is Williams. Pass complete to Loveland. He's got room at the 30. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. And in 2 plays just like that, they're already operating in the red zone.
He scored their touchdown earlier, and this had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other, trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now, he's absolutely shredding them.
What is up?
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
To throw, Williams. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Here's 3rd and 3. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. On 4th down, here's Williams. Touchdown! DJ Moore, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bears' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Santos with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven the
touchdown? Packers! Tucker Kraft, 75 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. McManus's point after is good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Looking to put a drive together.
Moore,
the man in motion. To throw, it's Williams. To the left side, into the hands of Odunze. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A handoff, Swift running to the left. And he goes out right around the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Williams. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Odunze wide open. It's complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Rome Odunze, 48 yards. And the Bears have taken the lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Ready?
To pass. Here's Jordan Love. Able to find his man, Kraft. His second catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Throwing, Love. Buying time to his left. Oh, he finds his running back open downfield. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 37 yards.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Our first carry for the All-Pro running back, it's Josh Jacobs. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Ready? Ready?
Once again, it's Jacobs. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Love looking to throw it. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And the Bears will take over here just shy of the 30. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Here's Williams, throwing to start the drive. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A pass complete to Odunze. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To the air, Williams. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
And now a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
They'll go play action here with Williams. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive. They had marched to the end zone the last time out.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go down again. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Final play of the half, Love. Now this thrown deep for Kraft. He's got his man, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of the play, but looked like it was in trouble.
And he's going to have the Packers first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Well, they gave themselves options there on the third down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball
to the right side and intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Swift will take it in. Touchdown Bears. He has been an integral part of the offense all season, and now in the playoffs he's carrying it over. Had the touchdown last week in the wild card game. Now his second TD of the playoffs.
Showing some consistency, and that's something that we have to keep in mind about the playoffs, because we often think you have to be spectacular in order to win. I think consistent is what you're looking for. That can get you to the finish line.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And this drive was almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
38. Blue. Ready.
To throw now, here's Love. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Bears take over.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's finally taken down, but not before he reaches the 14. A huge play there for Chicago. 48 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
That's taken in by Watson. And he's out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Final minute now of the third quarter.
Black shot. Here we go. Set.
Love. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Red. White. Set.
They will throw again here with Jordan Love. Touchdown, Packers! Jayden Reed with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead will shrink to 6. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. Back now at Lambeau. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Second and 9. Play action. Now Williams. That's complete to his rookie second-round pick. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. Swift going to try up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Credit the defense there to Quay Walker, getting behind the line of scrimmage before they could rip off any sort of a gain. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Throwing is Williams. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. A huge play there for Chicago. 43 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up even more big plays.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Edwards. He is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Looking to throw. Williams. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Rome Odunze. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth-quarter lead. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2.
The Bears will line up for the 2.
They'll try to run with Swift. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
Packers 21.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Pushing his way through. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Now Love. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. They're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Love now. Here's a diving catch right side. A gain there of 21 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet. Not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Red, sight, ready?
Working out of the gun. Love. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who's going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson, 40 yards. And the Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Escaping the pressure right. And this play is not going to work. He's out of bounds, well shy of the goal line, and the try for 2 unsuccessful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now, their friend, as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday. CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Looking to throw is Williams. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
The Bears on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. To throw, it's Williams. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Number 84, Holston Lowe. Gain of 15. First down, Chicago.
Now a signal and a timeout here on the defensive side of the ball. So they want to stop it with 1 second to go prior to the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Swift. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available. And incompletion as a result.
Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. To throw, Williams. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 27-yard line.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Off the bootleg, it's Williams. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Santos now to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Makes the score Bears 42. Packers 27.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Kickoff for Chicago.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Here we go. Trail green. Blue 30. Cut.
Now Love. Watson making the catch. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
It's a gain of 16.
At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Yeah, to the right sideline. And falls incomplete.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Tyreek Stevenson puts it on. And the Bears are going to take over at the 13-yard line. Well, the field goal is probably not going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And they have secured a